Nolan there on the right.
Rich Shay on the left. So his list looks like fairly normal. He's got Psychic Barrier.
He's got a little spice here. It's fairly stock. His creature base, 4 of the normals and 3 Restoration Angels. The things that are going to be a little different here is you're going to find 1 of Master Components main, just 1 Gutshot, which is becoming pretty standard, 1 Psychic Barrier, as well as 1 Dismember. So he's got a couple bullets in there to go with 2 Thought Scours, 3 Probes, your 4 Ponders. He's also on 2 Sword of Feast and Famine as well. So it's a pretty stock list, just a few bullets here and there in his main deck.
And David's list, again, similar creature suite, the 4 of Delver, Snapcaster, only 3 Geist of St. Traft, but that's not crazy, 3 Restoration Angel. So similar, and stock creature suite. Then he's got Vapor Snags, Ponders, Probes, Thought Scour, Mana Leak, Gutshot, Dismember. Okay, all that's normal. But he's got 2 copies of Honor of the Pure and 4 copies of Lingering Souls. So this is actually more Esper Delver. You could actually call it that if you want, Jeremy. I don't know if Jeremy can hear me. He took the headphones off.
And so this is basically, Esper Delver is what people thought would be the natural transition to.
I think David Nolan is on Esper Delver.
He's got Lingering
Souls.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But as I was saying, this is kind of the natural transition that people thought would take place. When Delver started to dominate, a way to win the Delver Mirror is to have Lingering Souls and to have like a Drog Skull Captain and that sort of thing. That deck just does a little bit better against a traditional Delver deck. So this is our first look at someone that's actually playing Lingering Souls, Honor the Pure to kind of bolster the force a little bit. So it's an interesting take. It's going to be a little bit different out of the norm, and I feel as though if he draws his Lingering Souls and his black mana, that actual David should be favored in the matchup.
Yeah, I agree. I don't really care for Honor of the Pure, but he's only got 2 copies, so I can, it's not like he's got 4 and they're going to end up being like dead cards, because that's what happens sometimes with Honor of the Pure. It's just like, hey, I'm sitting here doing absolutely nothing, and I don't like cards that really do that. So
and you'll notice in his deck list, the Honor of the Pure actually just replaced the equipment slot. Typically people play 2 swords, a Feast and Famine now, or 2 Sword and War and Feast, and he just replaced it with 2 Honor of the Pure. So we'll kind of see how that plays out versus having equipment in his deck.
He does have equipment in the board, 2 Feast and Famine.
Okay.
Otherwise, his board looks almost identical to Jerry's that I can think of. Only 2 images, only 2 timely reinforcements, but mostly very similar to Jerry's board from last week.
Okay, well, we'll definitely get over that. Yeah, when the sideboarding takes place. But as far as if I had to pick kind of a game 1 favorite right now in the dark, it seems like the deck with Lingering Souls is favored to beat the deck without Lingering Souls. But things don't always play the way that we think they will. So that's
got to draw the Lingering Souls.
Yeah, that's why we play the game. I know these guys are resolving their mulligans right now. Looks like Rich is going down a little bit. It doesn't surprise me, if you know Rich at all, that he's playing this deck. It being the best deck in the format doesn't really matter, because Rich kind of plays decks like these in Eternal formats. Card decks with like a lot of card selection, like Ponder, Manipulation, that sort of thing. He's really proficient in Legacy. So a deck that has Ponder and Taxing Probe and Snapcaster Rage and that sort of thing is right up his alley. I wouldn't come to a tournament expecting to see Rich Shay playing Wolf Run Ram,
right,
or Green Red Aggro or something like that. He's always playing blue, so I expect him to be able to play. It doesn't surprise me that he's 5-0, and I expect him to be able to play the deck fairly competently.
He's just got to watch casting Ponder and resolving Brainstorm.
Yeah.
That's a pitfall of using both spells in. If you play Legacy and you play Ponder in Standard, there's, it's easy to accidentally just put them in your hand.
Yeah,
because you're so used to resolving Brainstorm.
And for those of you wondering about Charles Gindy,
I see
him hanging out with Drew Levin, who was passing by, which means Charles Gindy is passing by.
Yeah.
His day is over as well, so. They're dropping like flies. It's tough to watch.
Yeah, SCG Blue, not doing so well.
Yeah, not this weekend. But can't win every weekend, you know?
I mean, Jerry still might.
Touche. Touche.
And he might win again tomorrow.
Yeah, Jerry and Todd are very much alive.
Yeah. And I think, not that Adam Prosak is SCG Blue, but we saw him playing Delver earlier, and, still potential for Delvers to show up in plenty in the top 8.
They'll be in the top 8.
There's a Dark Slick Shores from David. Lets the cat right out of the bag. I'm not playing traditional Delver. And Thought Scour hits Glacial Fortress and Probe. Didn't quite see what he drew.
Didn't see the draw step, but I know he did just draw a Delver of Secrets. I think it was like a Taxiing Probe that he drew. Yep. That's what's towards the front.
So, Probe, and we'll get to see what Rich has in his hand. Looks like a lot of land, all land.
What?
Oh my gosh, why would you keep a hand like that? I mean, I know he mulled the 6. Well, 3 Glacial Fortress, 2 Islands, and a Moorland Haunt. In addition to the Seachrome Coast.
I'm awestruck.
I'm kind of awestruck too.
There are no words.
There are no spells.
I have no words to say.
So, Delver of Secrets for David. And Evolving Wilds. And let's see if Rich hits his land drop. Draws.
He drew. I think he drew another Moorland Haunt.
I think he did too.
Yep.
Oh, dagger. Land go for Rich. I would love to get the thought behind keeping that hand.
Yeah, I mean, you can make an argument for not wanting to go to 5, but if any deck can win on a mulligan to 5, it's Delver, because of Ponder, because of Probe, just because of the ways they can make up the cards.
Yeah, all those cantrips.
Yeah, and when you're on it, and when you're on the draw, obviously you get an additional card.
Yeah. So Delver does not flip, and David swings. Plays Geist of Saint Draft. I mean,
draw a card. Wait for it. It looks like a spell.
Tis Gitaxian Probe. All right, we get to see what's in David's hand. And we've got Snapcaster, Island Swamp, and Lingering Souls.
I can't imagine David losing this game.
I can't.
I can't.
David's actually set up pretty well against an opponent with spells.
Yeah. His hand, if Rich's hand was good, he would be doing fine. Rich drew a gut shot.
Okay.
I mean, that's going to take care of the Delver. He's going to take 6 right in the face. And then there's going to be a Lingering Souls in play as well. So, I mean, for Rich to win now, he's going to have to draw Geist of Saint Draft to be able to kill the other one.
All right, Delver of Secrets off the top for David to replace the one that just got gut shotted. So it looks like swing.
It's going to be 6. I know
Find me an
he's reaching
angel.
for the angel, yeah. I think this turn is just going to be Lingering Souls, the Delver of Secrets pass, is what I presume.
Land. Lingering Souls. Resolves. Some spirits. Delver of Secrets. That's all I got.
Yep, and that's it. Just a flashback and a snap. Just a flashback of Lingering Souls if I have to. Or Snapcaster Mage. So let's see what Ponder finds.
Alright, so Rich.
Rich
is going to shuffle his deck.
I think he's looking for Geist of Saint Draft.
Yeah. That seems like the best card that he could possibly resolve here. It's going to save him the most damage, I think. Not quite sure what he drew, but Plays an island and passes.
Let's go.
I think he's still just got all lands in hand.
Delver is going to reveal a gut shot, and we
Yeah,
are
flip.
on
All
our
right.
way. Rich
So-
gets his information and moves on. So
Yeah.
we got David Nolan up a game due to a dubious keep by Rich Shay.
Yeah.
That's one of those keeps where your opponent probes you, and you just go,
Like, I'm embarrassed.
yeah. I prefer if this didn't happen.
Yeah.
So looking at Rich's sideboard, try not. I'm just thinking of the 7 lands. I'm trying not to laugh. In the board, they're gonna obviously jostle for position on if they want to be control, if they want to be aggressive, which ways they want to go. Rich here has 3 Phantasmal Images he can reach for, a Divine Offering, 2 Consecrated Sphinxes if he wants to go that route, 2 Ratchet Bombs now that he's seen Lingering Spirits that he's probably going to bring in. And then he has up to 3 timely reinforcements that he has access to if he wants to bring those in as well.
Yeah, and for David, I mean, I think he's got the idea that Rich is playing lands, blue-white ones, but I think he probably gets the impression that it's against another Delver deck.
I would think so.
I would think so. Yeah, so I could see him bringing in, kind of just boarding in the traditional way into like a control deck, bringing in Consecrated Sphinx, bringing in some images, maybe Metamorph. Interestingly, if he expects his opponent to do the same thing, he could bring in like a Go for the Throat. Nice answer for a Consecrated Sphinx.
Yeah, it's a good answer for Sphinx and Delver. And I mean, he doesn't know that Rich has Restoration Angel. I think he can assume he does, so I'm going to kill that as well. But I mean, it's your pretty standard jostling for position, to be honest with you. They can be aggressive. They can be boarding into control, that sort of thing. You just kind of have to hedge your bets, see how things go. I mean, once again, I still think that David is favored. Bad keep by Rich regardless.
Right.
Just because Lingering Souls turns things so much.
Yeah, I mean, we've kind of talked quite a bit about how the deck can really shift gears and really has a lot of options. So
I'm looking at David right now, and I see he's smiling too, probably trying not to.
He just keeps thinking about that Gitaxian probe that won him game 1.
And he just knows. All right, I have nothing to play around. I'm gonna enjoy playing this game. Not a worry in the world.
David Gian, I guess how you maybe pronounce that, says, I feel like I've gone a year into the past, except instead of Call Blade, it's Delver. It's a good deck.
He's not wrong.
Yeah,
he's not wrong. Fortunately or unfortunately, depending on which side of the fence you stand on, to be honest with you.
That's a good question. I think we were all shocked to see that land. I mean, that hand.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Cody,
Freudian slip there.
Cody at home says, how can I take these events this serious? How can I take events like this seriously when a player who's supposed to be 5-0 keeps a 6-land hand? And like I said, an argument can be made for it. I don't agree with that argument, but I'm willing to entertain and listen to one.
Yeah, for sure.
But let's give Rich an opportunity to redeem himself.
Absolutely.
Okay?
He's going to potentially have an opportunity to redeem himself twice.
Yeah.
And he's hoping he does, anyway.
I think we're hoping he does too.
Yeah, I'd like to see some game here. And again, if he's 5-0, he got here somehow. He didn't keep all land hands all through the first 5 rounds.
I wasn't trying to. I wasn't hyping Rich up.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, and he has 6 lands. So what do I know exactly about anything or anyone? Yeah, that wasn't my goal. He just made me look really dumb, actually. That was kind of awesome. Rich Shay, Vintage Master, not surprised he's 5-0 with Delver. Probe you, 6 lands, my God. Aren't
there vintage decks that play less lands than he kept?
Yes. Yes, there are. And there are probably some that he plays that keep less lands than that. So as they're shuffling up for game 2, Rich is going to be on the play this game, and we're just looking for a more respectable keep. That's all we hope for.
A spell and 6
Uno.
lands
Uno
is
spell.
more respectable.
Uno.
More respectable keep. Like 6 lands ponder.
You know what he's thinking. You know, John Finkel did that against Matt Costa at Pro Tour Dark Ascension.
Kept an all-lander.
Kept an all-lander and beat him in the Delver Mirror.
Maybe that's what it is. He saw he got the the tip from Finkel, I guess.
So maybe Rich and John Finkel play on the same level, and we just all need to get there. Did you ever think of that?
I didn't think of that. That's mind-boggling.
Yeah. Outside the box is one way to describe it.
Did John win that game?
Yes.
Wow.
I was eating with Matt Costa and Jason Ford afterward. Matt Costa was less than pleased about the result of that game.
I mean, I thought maybe Rich was going to pull that one out somehow. I was like, maybe he starts drawing into spells and then just has the answer for every threat that David has. He had the gut shot for the Delver, maybe top decks Geist for the Geist.
Those are things
all right, well, we know Rich kept the spell.
He kept
There's
the spell.
Delver of Secrets.
We found one.
Delver of Secrets, turn 1 for Rich Shay. Seachrome Coast and Gut Shot.
Gutter Ball.
Gut Shot from David takes out Rich's Delver. David passes. So no Delver for David just yet. He does have one in hand, I think. Or did I just think I saw something wrong?
I think it
was a
100%
phantasm.
be in play.
Yeah. So Delver number 2 from Rich. And passes the turn. Thought Scour at the end of turn for David. Hits Geist Ponder. I wouldn't want to Thought Scour those away. Draws Honor of the Pure.
Well, I mean, he only has 2 of those in his deck, and that card's going to do some pretty heavy lifting if he has a Lingering Souls at all.
Yeah. Seachrome Coast number 2. Honor of the Pure.
Going to bolster that force.
Delver
Checking for blackjack.
does not flip.
No.
Swings in for 1. Plays the Glacial Fortress, passes back to David. David has Swamp. Lingering Souls.
He tries Mana Lake for it. It only takes care of 1/2 of it, of course, but
Stems some of the damage that could be coming across. So Delver does not flip again.
it's a rare.
Swings in for 1.
It's a rarity.
It's a mythic rarity. 1 in 8. It doesn't actually. I don't think that's the actual math.
I guess if Rich has a Snapcaster Mage here, or just another Mana Lake, if he can counter it twice, then his play was fine.
Ponder from David. Sees Dark Slick Shores. Didn't quite catch the other 2.
I'm pretty sure the middle one's a land. I can't really. I know the third one's a spell. I'm just not sure which one right now.
It's
Players, just a reminder, if you'd like to pre-register for tomorrow's Legacy Open,
maybe another Lingering
I think
Souls.
it's Lingering Souls.
do that right now.
If that's the case,
There's
that's
no
actually
line.
perfect because he has an Evolving Wilds in
Go
his
ahead and
hands
sleep in, pick up your
to break
wristband
away.
tomorrow.
To break away the parity of the Ponder.
Yeah, just grab the Lingering Souls and then shuffle. Looks like that's what he did. So he's going to go ahead and try to flash this one back. Do we have Snapcaster Mana Leak? Yep. We do. Snapcaster Mana Leak. Buying him some more time to attempt to flip a Delver.
Yeah, attempt to flip a Delver, but it's going to be in the face of another Lingering Souls.
Yeah, well, he doesn't know that yet.
Yeah, and they're going to be 2/2 Lingering Souls tokens. So
Delver, again, looks like he's not flipping.
Alex Point, please report to the open stage. Alex Point, please report to the open stage.
So right now, you know, he checked for Delver, and it was not there, and it looks as though he's going to be flipping, or he's going to be thought scouring away to clear the top of his deck, which is why he's pausing in his upkeep.
And that's exactly what he's doing. Thought Scour's away. Moreland Haunt, Mana Leak.
Draw from his Thought Scour, and then he's got to draw for his turn as well. And he drew 2 lands.
Oh, rough.
So,
man, Rich Shay gets flooded. How many lands is he playing?
yeah.
All right, Delver and Snapcaster in for 3. David cracks at Evolving Wilds.
He's only playing 22, but the backbreaker is about to be here in just a moment.
Yeah, this one's resolving, and it may resolve twice.
Yeah. And then it's just going to be a matter of if Rich is going to be able to come back from that, and I'm not entirely sure if he's going to be able to overcome 4 2/2s in the air. So as he shuffles away, going to untap here. He draws. I'm not sure if he has the 5th land in his hand, but I knew he just drew it. So, yeah, he didn't have it, but he has it now. I think he's actually just doing just fine. He has a timely reinforcements in his hand as well to make 3 2/2s and gain 6 life. So,
yeah,
David's in a fantastic spot.
This is going to be rough for Rich. So, timely reinforcements. And 3 soldiers. Double weight soldiers.
It's interesting because with the build that David is playing, you know, there's a lot of jostling between the equipment. You know, you and I have spoken about bringing in a Divine Offering just to make sure that you're kind of safe against it. And when you're doing that, you notice that David has no targets for his Divine Offering. So they're actually bringing in 1 dead card. But at the same time, when people are playing Sword of Feast and Famine, it doesn't. Sword of War and Peace would trump the Lingering Souls. But because everyone has moved to Sword of Feast and Famine, you don't even really care about Sword. You don't really even care about it.
Yeah.
You're perfectly fine against it. You can chump it for as long as need be, and then if you're on David's side, you can still board in the Divine Offering and still be fine to be able to hedge against their equipment. So it might be it's pretty smart. It's pretty smart.
So in the meantime, David plays Phantasmal Image, copies Rich's Snapcaster Mage, gives his Gut Shot flashback, flashes it back to kill Rich's Delver, and now Rich is pondering. So David, with kind of all the options in the world here, all the aggression, all the offense.
Yeah, he has all the answers.
He dream crushes with like he's just like, timely reinforcements. Oh geez. Phantasma Image. Oh geez. I'll copy your Snapcaster. I'll kill your Delver.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just everything he did that turn was just backbreaking.
Yeah. And he's still got a Lingering Souls in his hand.
Yeah.
Which next turn he could cast and flash back if he wanted.
Yeah.
For, 4 2/2s. 4 flying 2/2s in addition to the 3 ground 2/2s he's got. And then of course the Snapcaster sitting there. He's got the tons of 2-power dudes.
And see, there's Sword of Feast and
Famine from Rich.
Yeah, which it's so low impact.
Yeah, right now it's.
There are some situations where it would be really, really good, but it's just the lowest impact card right now.
Snapcaster picks up a sword.
It'll allow him to block favorably against those tokens and against that Phantasmal Image, but he's not going to be able to stop. He's not going to be able to hold him off forever, especially with the Lingering Souls coming. Assuming that he doesn't have Lingering Souls in hand. When I saw him flip through, it was either Lingering Souls or Restoration Angel. So there's definitely a white card in his hand, and it flies, and it's going to be huge.
Yeah.
So it's still going to be a problem, no matter which one it is. But we're not 100% positive if it's Lingering Souls.
He's got Restoration Angel. I thought he had Lingering Souls too, but maybe it was Restoration Angel.
And if he has both, that's just not fair.
Yeah. I mean, it's already not fair.
Yeah.
And looks like Snapcaster? Yep.
Yeah, okay, so it's Snapcaster and Restoration Angel. A little confusion there, so I apologize for that.
Ponder.
Thinking it through, even though we can't really see it very well at all.
Yeah, I feel like one card was Dark Slick Shores, but I didn't quite catch the other two. Lingering Souls. Okay.
We're sure this time.
Now he's got both.
Yeah. He's contemplating an attack here, and you know, I would be willing to make it. Yeah, I would have been willing to make the attack. Just throw away a 2/2. It's not a big deal. Rich slams down Consecrated Sphinx, and that is actually probably going to turn this game around.
All right, so David draws a card, Rich draws two.
David drew Dismember.
All right, looks like everybody in for David. So double Snapcaster, triple Soldiers, all of which are 2/2, or 2 power. All of those creatures are 2 power. The Soldiers are 2/2s.
I would have liked to have seen an attack from David last turn instead of sitting. Me personally, I mean, I know this opens up to a little bit of restoration shenanigans if he does decide to block the Snapcaster Mage, but I think that losing a token or losing Phantasmal Image to get in 6 points of damage would have been worth it there.
So it looks like Rich is going to block a Soldier and the Phantasmal Image. So he's actually playing around some Restoration Angel shenanigans to some degree. Okay, so that plays right into a Dismember.
Yeah.
So Consecrated Sphinx with just a really expensive divination.
It's nice to see. It's nice to note that he only had to take 2 damage to cast that Dismember because he does have black mana in his deck and 1 in play.
It is relevant. So Soldier dies. Sphinx actually keeps the Phantasmal Image alive because of the Dismember.
Yep.
So it looks like 6 got in.
Yeah, 6 damage comes through. Lingering Souls gives him 2 flyers. We're pretty much at the same board state. It was really just a very expensive divination.
Divination, yeah.
As you said.
Attention Magic players in the Open Series. If at the end of this round you have no losses, come on up to the Open Stage and you can get your paperwork filled out so at the end of the event you will get your prize money faster. Again, anyone with no losses at the end of this round, please come to the Open Stage, get your paperwork filled out to get your prize money faster.
Snapcaster number 2, flashing back Ponder for Rich Shay.
Just looking for a little bit of help.
It's rough. I don't really know what he could find besides Day of Judgment, which is not in his deck.
Yeah, I believe he has a ton of reinforcements in his hand, but it's not going to do what he wants it to do, which is, gain. It can gain the life. I guess it's going to do everything it wants to do. I take that back.
Yeah, it's going to be a full value timely reinforcements, but I don't know that it's going to buy him enough time.
The 1/1s aren't going to be. The 1/1s are, I mean, obviously Honor of the Pure is fantastic. Right now.
It's so all about Honor of the Pure, and he has really no way to get rid of it. Oh, except for Ratchet Bomb.
Okay.
And he's going to blow up the Ratchet Bomb right away. Huh.
He's gonna blow it up right away so that he can get an attack in with the Snapcaster Mage and untap his lands.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. I kind of wondered about maybe saving it until. Well, no, David would just never flash back the Lingering Souls.
Yeah, he can just wait. Yeah, that turn was actually insane. this has been like a really swingy game. There's been a lot of times where I was like, man.
Totally didn't see the ratchet bombs. He's got 2 in the board. I totally didn't see them. I'm sitting there going, only Day of Judgment. Well, even a better Day of Judgment.
Yeah, that
Just
turn was
wipes
insane.
your side of the board.
Not only did he like wipe his entire board, but he also got him to discard his last card, which was Restoration Angel. And now Rich's board is just far superior to David's.
Quite a turnaround.
I thought David was so far ahead this game. I don't think he had Lingering Souls, or I don't think he had Ratchet Bomb right away. I think he may have pondered into it, but just a giant swing.
All right, so David starts to rebuild by flashing back Lingering Souls. Has 2 Flying Spirits, in addition to 2 Snapcasters. Restoration Angel from Rich Shay, and he's going to reset that Snapcaster, flashing back a Thought Scour, targeting himself. 1, 2, it's look like Timely Reinforcements and Glacial Fortress.
Yep.
Draws his card.
That's living the dream right there. You don't get to see that very often. Flickering that Snapcaster mage. Nolan Hunt's gonna give him even more options.
Moves the sword to the Restoration Angel and gets in for 5. David's gonna have to discard whatever it was he had there.
Oh, he's got blockers and Lingering Soul tokens if he wants to.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he has to. He would have to discard if he chose to keep the guys. Is what I meant. Sorry, I had a little brain fart there.
That's okay. Yeah, I was when he was deciding to equip, I was kind of questioning it in my mind, but then I remembered he has the 2 tokens. They're both 2/2s. Restoration Angels are 3/4. So by moving that, it keeps his angels safe. It makes David have to make a decision.
Yeah,
which is what you want. So yeah, now it did hit him. He's gonna stack the sword effect by making a more than haunt token, and then it'll let him untap his land. So basically a free token.
Yep. And what was it that David discarded? I think it's just a land or something.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but it was not very relevant.
I think we keep pushing this table forward.
Yeah.
We're both like looking over the edge. Yeah. There we go. Still, not that we can see his graveyard really any better, but
yeah.
Looks like it might have been Dismember, but I don't feel like. I think there's a card underneath.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I was thinking the same thing, but there's no way he'd discard Dismember there. It just would have killed the angel.
Yeah, and he also he used that Dismember on the Sphinx.
Yeah.
David now trying to figure out what to do.
I drew a Vapor Stack. And
That'll help.
that'll help a lot. Especially because... Okay, life totals are switched now. Never mind. I thought Rich was at 6, so it would have changed things quite a bit.
Okay, so telegraphing a Vapor Snag by just swinging with his only blockers.
Yeah. It's a tough situation. The game just turned around so much for Rich. It's crazy. Just doing some math really quick. He's going to make the took with Morlahon in a turn.
Imagine how good mental misstep would be right here for Rich.
Yeah.
Because that Vapor Snag would not even resolve, and that would be game, assuming he attacks with the spirit and with the spirits and the angel.
Just thinking, yeah, he's gonna get in with his flyers, getting his Vapor Snag.
All the flyers attack. including the fresh one off of a Moreland Haunt. So it's got 2 spirits. Vapor Snag hits the Angel, resolves, bounces back to his hand, and David takes 2. David, no cards in hand. Rich probably wants to go ahead and play that Angel now, and rather than give David an opportunity to draw, like, maybe a Mana Leak for it, although he could pay for Mana Leak.
Yeah, he looks like he's okay about Mana Leak right now.
Yeah.
Depending on what it's in his graveyard. And
yeah, still think about maybe Restoration Angel, reset Snapcaster.
Mage if he has a Ponder down there. It sucks that we can't really see it very well, but if you've seen Rich play before, his graveyard is always just splayed all over the place. So you can see kind of Davis is like a straight line there. Rich has always had it's always been just crazy.
Not a very organized cemetery.
Yeah. We don't know what David drew, but
no,
I'm willing to believe that it's not a land right now.
Kind of depends on how much value he can get out of that land if it is a land. You know, like, is he able to use 6 mana this turn? Not really, so I might hold it.
Yeah. Certainly no reason for him to play it. I mean, he can just act like he has something, which is better than act like he has nothing. But the thing for David is that in order for him to win, he needs to be able to attack, and he can't attack this turn because of that. So,
Restoration Angel from Rich Shay.
now he's gonna make another. Looks like he's gonna make another Spirit token.
Yeah. Moreland Haunt activated, removes a Delver, and the Spirit of the Delver comes into play.
One more card. This one looks like it's going to be over on this turn. It's going to suit up a token.
Yeah, Spirit picks up the Feast and Famine.
Yep.
And now we've got...
That keeps him safe around. That keeps him safe around Vapor Snag for the turn. It's got a spell, Restoration.
Everybody attacking, and David has a blocker.
He's okay. That was pretty good.
An additional blocker. So Restoration Angel comes in, flashes back, or resets Snapcaster, flashing back Vapor Snag, bounces the token with the sword.
Jeez, this turn was insane.
Quite the blowout.
This turn was insane.
David Nolan with just 2 turns in this game that have been very impressive. The one, where he played all the creatures.
This turn was absolutely insane.
And now he his tokens eat Rich's tokens. His angel eats Rich's angel. He trades a Snapcaster for a Snapcaster. And there's another block happening up top there, but I think it's Snapcaster for Snapcaster as well.
Image on Snapcaster.
It basically looks like all the Snapcasters die, and David is left with all the creatures in play.
That was insanity.
That are all just a little bit bigger. And that was all that it needed. Honor the Pure.
Honor the Pure.
The trump entirely. Right there. That was sick. I mean, that Restoration Angel to hit the Snapcaster, to flashback Vapor Snag to the... Oh, that was... wow.
That was filthy.
It really was. It's so filthy the entire table is shaking.
So now Rich makes a token main phase. He equips it with sword to be able to fight properly against his tokens, but he's not going to be able to really stop Restoration Angel very well.
Delver of Secrets.
Well, guess what? It wasn't a land.
It wasn't a land.
David's last card was not a land.
Nope, it was a Restoration Angel. And wow, did it restore David's board position.
Now, this game is going to get even more complicated now because, as far as I know, Rich has a Timely Reinforcements in his hand.
Oh, yeah.
So, if attacks take place here, he can kind of take some damage, you know, if he wants to get himself down to 3, something like that, and then, you know, recoup that. He has a Delver as well.
So
that's
Rich,
if the card is timely reinforcement in his hand, which I think it is.
So Rich took the 4 from the Angel. Conveniently, exactly 4, right? Because of the Honor of the Pure.
Yeah.
So he can't timely for full value right now unless he's got something like a Gitaxian probe or something that he can use to control his life total. He's going to need a gut shot, a probe, a vapor snag on his own guy, something like that. Because all that has to happen now is that Angel to get in. Obviously, Delver did not flip. Dice of St. Traft.
Now, Rich does have a Moreland Haunt that we can't forget about, and he has a Restoration Angel in the graveyard from Moreland Haunt. Because when that large attack happened, that will, oh my goodness.
Oh, so David's Delver flips.
It doesn't just flip, it reveals
everybody in. What did it reveal?
Lingering Souls, best possible.
Oh, jeez.
One of the best possible.
So, all right, Moreland Haunt activated, gets another spirit. 4 guys coming over for David. Rich has 4 guys of his own, but it looks like his guys really just lose this battle.
My goodness.
Not only because of Honor of the Pure, but I mean, Rich's Delver is smaller. His Geist of St. Traft is like he just can't do anything.
That was a sick comeback by David.
That was
such
ridiculous.
A swinging game.
It was like David, you know, had this crazy backbreaking turn, and then Rich found a way kind of out of it, put it in a situation where he basically was a swing away from killing David as long as David didn't have a Vapor Snag or a Restoration Angel. Oh, but he has both.